Have you ever wondered why 99.7% of Mongolia is completely empty? This vast expanse of land, nestled between Russia and China, is one of the world's least densely populated countries. Its size, almost 3 times that of France, is home to a population that barely exceeds 3 million. That's less than half the population of New York City sprawled across an area over 40 times larger. When you think of Mongolia, the image that often comes to mind is a vast, empty plain stretching into the distance, broken only by the occasional herd of horses or a lone gur, a traditional Mongolian dwelling. This isn't far from the truth. The majority of Mongolia's terrain is composed of steppes, semi-desert and desert plains, a landscape that doesn't lend itself to dense population clusters. The Gobi Desert, one of Mongolia's most well-known geographical features, stretches across a significant portion of the country. It's a harsh, arid environment where survival isn't easy. The lack of water and the extreme temperatures, which can swing from blistering heat to bone-chilling cold in a matter of hours, make it a tough place to call home. The rest of the country isn't much easier to inhabit. The Altai Mountains in the west and the vast grasslands of the steppes are beautiful, yes, but they're also rugged and challenging environments. The altitude, the harsh winters, the remoteness, these are all factors that contribute to Mongolia's sparse population. Yet, despite these challenges, the people of Mongolia have found a way to not just survive but to thrive. They've adapted to their environment, living a nomadic lifestyle that's been passed down through generations. They move with the seasons, herding their livestock across the vast plains, living in harmony with the land. So, while Mongolia may be largely empty when it comes to human population, it's brimming with a rich history, unique culture, and an incredible resilience. It's a land that in many ways is as untamed and wild as the horses that roam its plains. Now, you might be asking, how did Mongolia end up so empty? To understand Mongolia's current emptiness, we need to take a trip back in time. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire emerged as a formidable force under the leadership of Genghis Khan. The empire expanded rapidly, stretching from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan, covering an area larger than any other empire in history. However, the vastness of the empire was its undoing. After Genghis Khan's death, the empire was divided into different khanates, each ruled by one of his sons. This division led to internal conflicts, weakening the empire and paving the way for its eventual downfall. As the empire crumbled, the Mongolian population dispersed. Many migrated to the far reaches of the former empire, establishing communities in what are now Russia, China, and other parts of Asia. Those who stayed in Mongolia returned to their traditional nomadic lifestyle, roaming the vast steppes and deserts, living in portable jur tents, and raising livestock. This nomadic tradition has had a profound impact on Mongolia's population density. Nomadic herding requires large, open spaces for livestock to graze, which means families spread out across vast distances, leading to a low population density. The harsh climate of Mongolia's steppes and deserts also plays a role, making large parts of the country uninhabitable for much of the year. The Mongols' nomadic lifestyle also influenced their social structure. Without permanent settlements, there were no cities to concentrate populations. Instead, the Mongols lived in small, mobile communities that could easily pack up and move to greener pastures, further contributing to the country's sparseness. The Mongol Empire's rise and fall, and the enduring nomadic traditions, have left an indelible mark on Mongolia. They shaped a nation that, despite its vast size, remains one of the least densely populated countries in the world. So, history has played a significant role, but what about the present day? Fast forward to today, and Mongolia still remains one of the least populated countries in the world. While the expansive open plains are emblematic of Mongolia's charm, they're also indicative of a deeper issue: low population density. Modern Mongolia, with its harsh climate and economic challenges, continues to see a concentration of its population in urban areas. The Mongolian climate is a tale of extremes. Winters can be brutally cold, with temperatures dipping below -40 degrees Celsius. Summers, on the other hand, can see the mercury rise to over 30 degrees Celsius. This extreme weather can be a deterrent for many, making life in the vast open spaces of Mongolia challenging for the unprepared. Mongolia's economic situation also plays a role in its low population density. The country's economy is heavily dependent on its mining sector, which is largely located in the South Gobi region. This has led to a concentration of jobs and economic activity in specific areas, leaving vast tracts of the country underpopulated. Another significant factor is the trend towards urbanization. The capital city, Ulaanbaatar, is home to nearly half of Mongolia's population. The allure of city life, with its job opportunities, amenities, and social infrastructure, draws people away from the rural areas. Government policies have also impacted the population distribution. Efforts to modernize the economy and improve living standards have led to a focus on developing urban areas. While these policies have had positive effects, they have also inadvertently encouraged migration from rural to urban areas, further exacerbating the country's low population density. However, it's important to note that Mongolia's population distribution is not merely a product of its geography or climate. It's also a reflection of the nation's nomadic heritage, where space was a resource to be cherished, not a void to be filled. But even with these challenges, Mongolia's emptiness isn't necessarily a bad thing. The vast open spaces, the tranquility, the connection to nature, these are things that many Mongolians cherish. And for those who choose to call this vast country home, the emptiness is not a challenge to overcome, but a part of their identity. While it might seem like a disadvantage, Mongolia's low population density has its benefits. There's a certain allure to the idea of vast open spaces untouched by human intervention. In a world where every corner seems to be bursting with life, Mongolia stands out as a beacon of solitude. Its sparse population has allowed for the preservation of natural habitats and wildlife in a manner few places on Earth can boast of. The Mongolian steppes, for instance, are home to species that have vanished or are threatened elsewhere. The Przewalski's horse, considered the last truly wild horse in the world, roams these lands freely. The mighty Mongolian wolf, the sable, and the snow leopard also find refuge in these open spaces. These are just a few examples of the incredible biodiversity that thrives in Mongolia thanks to its low human footprint. Moreover, the low population density has allowed the traditional nomadic lifestyle to continue in Mongolia. This is a way of life that has been passed down through generations and is deeply intertwined with the country's cultural identity. The nomadic lifestyle is based on a profound respect for nature and a sustainable use of resources. Herding livestock, moving with the seasons, living in harmony with the land. These practices have been part of Mongolian life for centuries. This lifestyle is not just about survival, but also about preserving a cultural heritage that is unique to Mongolia. The folk music, the vibrant festivals, the ancient art of throat singing, these are all integral parts of the Mongolian nomadic culture that continue to be practiced and cherished. In a world that's rapidly changing, Mongolia serves as a reminder of a simpler time. A time when man and nature coexisted, not as adversaries but as partners. A time when the rhythm of life was dictated not by the clock but by the seasons. So while Mongolia might be empty in terms of people, it's full of natural beauty and rich cultural heritage. So, there you have it. The reasons why 99.7% of Mongolia is empty are as vast as its landscapes. We've journeyed across the empty plains of Mongolia, delved into its history, navigated its modern challenges, and discovered the silver lining that comes with its low population density. Let's take a journey back in time. We've seen how the historical context of Mongolia plays a significant role in shaping its present. From the formidable Mongol Empire that once ruled the largest land empire in human history, to the nomadic lifestyle that has been deeply ingrained in their culture, Mongolia's history is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people. Fast forward to the present, and we see a country grappling with modern challenges. Mongolia's harsh climate, with its brutal winters and scorching summers, combined with its geographical isolation, makes it a challenging environment for large-scale human settlement. The lack of infrastructure, particularly in rural areas, adds another layer of complexity. Yet, despite these challenges, the people of Mongolia have managed to carve out a life, as they have done for centuries. But it's not all doom and gloom. The silver lining is that Mongolia's low population density has allowed it to preserve its natural beauty and cultural heritage. Its vast landscapes are home to an array of wildlife, and its rich cultural traditions continue to thrive, largely untouched by the hustle and bustle of modern life. In a world that is increasingly crowded and fast-paced, Mongolia stands as a reminder of a simpler time, when life was lived at a slower pace, closer to nature. It's a place where the sky stretches on forever, where the stars shine brighter, where the air is purer, and where the silence is more profound. Next time you think of Mongolia, don't just think of it as empty, but as a country that chose to preserve its natural beauty and cultural heritage.